So I mean, you've named all of these ingredients, which seem to be very healthy, at least for the most part. Why then does beer have this terrible reputation for being, a bad idea for anybody to have?
Beer, like every other beverage,
Yes.
can be abused.
Okay.
It is when you abuse it, that is when people come up, because of the alcohol content in it, people become addicted and it's tend to be bad. But if you consume it in moderation, in such a way that you get all the benefits,
Yes.
but the moment you go outside what your body requires, the bad effect comes on you. So this program is not essentially to advertise beer, but for you to know the benefits of beer. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you know what beer can give you, if you continue to take it in moderation, that is when you receive the benefit. But most of the time, our youth consume more than enough, which is not dangerous, which is dangerous to your system. If you overeat, now it's dangerous to your system. If you drink excess water, it's dangerous to your system. But if you take what your body needs, it is then the effect, the positive effect of beer will now start working on you. You understand? And mind you, whatever you take, as long as you take it on a regular basis and in moderation, that is when you start reaping the benefit.
Oh, it's interesting what you just said now. So it's important to take it on a regular basis, but
take it regularly.
Okay. Someone else just joined us now. Someone's here with us, sorry. Professor Tola Atimo, he's a professor of nutrition, and he also is going to give us his perspective on things. And I want to find out from you, based on what he said now about moderation, how do you define moderation? Because is it something that's relative to, is my moderation the same thing as yours? If I decide to take 12 bottles, is that moderation? And if 12 is enough for me and 1 is enough for you, how do we count moderation?
Well, I think he said, if you can find your balance,
okay,
it's very important.
Okay.
But apart from that, WHO has a definition for moderation.
Yes.
A beer of 5% alcohol, for example, you are not expected to take more than 1,500 or 1.5 liters at any sitting.
Okay.
That is about 2 bottles.
Okay.
So, but you must find your balance. Some people may take 1 bottle and be disturbed.
Okay.
But if you can take 2 and not more than 2, and you are not disturbed, then that is your balance. And so you should keep that in mind anytime you are taking beer, and to drink in moderation.
He did give us the major ingredients of beer, the barley, hops, and all of that. But what are the health benefits? What if I drink beer in moderation now, every day, maybe 1 bottle a day? What does it do to me, really? What do I gain from it?
Oh, there are benefits in beer. Even things that we normally consume in our food, carbohydrate, protein, vitamins, minerals, they are in beer. So beer is a drink. It is not food. But what you have in the nutrients that we have in food, you can also find them in beer. So there are health benefits. And if you choose to drink moderately, you will get those benefits. But if you overdrink, then you don't get those benefits.
We'll come back to all of the nutritional benefits. I want to talk about this over drinking and young people, link it to young people in particular, because that's what this show is about. And, we've seen so many times where alcohol consumption as a whole, not necessarily beer now, is linked to a lot of bad things, accidents, armed robbery, and addictions that of other levels, of drugs and all of that. With regards to our laws here, I don't know how effective they are with, policing, consumption, or who is even sold to with regards to age. What are some of the things we need to start looking at in Nigeria to make sure that beer is consumed properly or responsibly and is sold to the right people? I know it's a very legal question, but I'm sure it's something you can touch on as well.
The way I look at it is that if we can come up with a law and effect the law that, look, beer should be consumed, though it's always written there that once you are under 18, you're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to.
But these laws are not effected. You understand? If we can pass a law, and this law is implemented by the law enforcement agency, that look, and we make sure that even if somebody is selling beer, if he sells to the underage, that person should be prosecuted. If we make this effective, I think we'll go a long way. Yeah. Because, like you said, the negative effect of beer comes with consumption above your limit. You understand? Like Prof said, everybody has a limit. Once you can define your limit and you do not exceed that limit, you reap the benefit. But the moment you go beyond that limit, the negative effect comes on. Like what? Medical problems, social problems, work-related problems, accident, and what have you. Okay? Yeah. So if we can come up with a law, say, look, beer has a percentage of alcohol, and as such, don't let us limit it to beer. Any alcoholic drink, beer is even mild. Beer is known to contain between 3 and 6%. So we have some strange ones that contains up to over 40%, but outside this country. But with that percentage, and you drink in that moderation, you don't like to be intoxicated and start misbehaving, start falling into gutter. Recently, sometime last week, somebody drank 14 bottles of beer, a youth, and died. Yes, when I was in school, like I was telling you, Prof, there was a student during beer competition that drank 18 bottles of big stout. He slept. He won the competition, but he slept and never woke up again. You understand?
So things like that, of course, are not what we're talking about.
Exactly. So if we can educate our people, say, look, if you are drinking beer, drink it in moderation because of the health benefit. Yeah. But the moment you exceed that limit of, like Prof said, if your limit is 2 bottles of beer, which is prescribed, if you exceed that limit, the negative effect will start coming on.
I think it's a very important point there because, I mean, like you said, anything in life, even when they tell you to eat healthy, if you overeat it, I mean, it becomes a problem. Yeah. And I want to talk about obesity now. And even in Igbo, there's something we call Afo beer. That's a beer belly. It's a tagline for anybody who has a pot belly. You know, a beer belly is a phrase that everybody understands. Linking pot bellies to beer or beer drinking. How do we dislink that? Is it even possible? Isn't it true that beer causes those?
No.
How not?
Beer does not cause any pot belly. Pot belly is a problem of too much of everything. Too much food, lack of exercise, you know, and if you do that on a regular basis, you will get a pot belly. I will not even call it beer belly because it's not caused by beer.
But it could be if you overdrink.
If you overdrink, of course. If you overdrink and you are not exercising yourself, you will get that.
So is it possible for me to drink beer every day, 1 bottle a day, and not have a pot belly?
Sure.
It is very possible. Sure. It's very possible. Actually, you know, you want to live a healthy lifestyle, and it's a choice you have to make. It is not by chance.
Yes.
You have to choose to do so. And once you choose to do so, you'll be fit and trim. Drink a bottle a day. If you must drink, don't exceed 2 bottles at a sitting in a day. And that will be okay for you.
I did read somewhere once, and maybe you can help me clarify this, about the fact that beer helps prevent certain diseases. Yeah. It sounded to me like one of those marketing gimmicks, you know, they put out there so that you can buy the product. Is it really true? You're a professor of nutrition now, so I want to believe what you're going to tell me. What sorts of diseases or ailments can I prevent if I drink maybe a beer a day?
Yeah, I think it's more of a psychological or social problem.
Okay.
You know, you drink beer moderately, you feel happy.
Okay.
You overdrink, and you're on your way out of this world. So that is, if you can call that a disease, then beer can prevent it if you drink moderately.
Okay. Well, you're going to answer that?
Beer is known to contain a lot of antioxidants.
Yeah.
Like you said, polyphenol, which has a very good effect on the cells, the body cells. You understand? Beer is known to reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. And how does it do it? Because it works on the vessels. it can change the profile of lipids so that deposition of those dangerous cholesterol on the vessel will be reduced. And in so doing, you have adequate blood supply to every tissue, particularly the tissue of the heart. And that, with that, heart disease can be prevented. Like we said, beer contains a lot of water, over 92% water. And this can help to flush the kidney. Prof?
Yes.
When drunk in moderation.
Yes.
Yes, in moderation.
We also know that because of this increased blood supply to every tissue, your cognitive ability will be enhanced.
Yeah.
You understand? Which means your memory will be sharper for the elderly. We also know that it contains a lot of silicones,
Right.
which
For the
for
which
the
is good for the
bones.
bones.
You understand? So there are a lot of benefits associated with beer drinking. Like we said, it has to be in moderation.
Okay.
And if, like every other food, if you do not take it on a regular basis, that benefit will not come in. You understand? If you exercise your body now, if you exercise today, wait for another week to exercise.
You're not
again.
going to get a six
You're
pack.
not going to get a benefit. But if you do it on a regular basis, but in moderation that you don't abuse it, the benefit will come to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Agbogidi. Thank you very much, Professor Atimo. Very, very eye-opening there. I hope you've gained a few notes from this. Thank you much for being here today. Hopefully you come back when next we call you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break now and be right back with more. Please stay with us.